channel. This is Faith and this is Younger, my husband. So a lot of people have asked that we mentioned in our previous video that our pregnancy meant that we would have had to have a lot of hospital visits, and we just want to share with you guys how that kind of looked like for us. So because this was our third pregnancy and I had been transferred from the birthing center to the high-risk clinic where they were doing investigations as to excuse me, what had happened with the previous pregnancies, that meant that for the first 12 weeks of the pregnancy I would be taken care of by the high-risk clinic, and that is to ensure that should anything happen before 12 weeks they then take care of it, and I don't have to go to the maternity ward. And after 12 weeks then I graduate to go to the maternity ward. So our first appointment at the high-risk clinic after finding out that we were pregnant was at 6 weeks, where they do a scan to check is there a heartbeat and is baby measuring what baby should be measuring at 6 weeks. And we went for that appointment and it went well. And before we actually went, I think that's when we went to our private doctor to have the scan. Yes. To confirm the pregnancy.
We went to a private doctor twice.
Yeah.
One, because the first time my wife peed before she went.
So my bladder was not full enough for them to find the baby.
I was upset because I still thought that we'll be able to see, but then I think she knew, because before we left she said, "Oh, can you make me tea?" I said, "Why?" She said, "Oh, because I just peed, so by the time we get there maybe..."
But I couldn't hold it in. Like, I'm sure ladies, you know that first few weeks you are in the loo like almost every other minute. So yeah, we went twice, but we needed the confirmation from our GP that we are actually pregnant. Then we go to the high-risk clinic. So we went and our appointment went well, and they kind of shared with us what was going to happen. I was going to have to go in every second week. So every second week I was going in, and I think around week 11 they decided that I needed to go on progesterone, and which was a private prescription that the hospital didn't take care of. So because of the prescription, I also then needed to go back to the high-risk clinic almost every month to get a new prescription, and that was just like a logistical nightmare. Yeah. But the day that we went for our last appointment at the high-risk clinic, oh my god, like walking out of the hospital we felt like graduates. Yeah. We felt like graduates because they made our appointment at the maternity clinic, and it kind of felt as if now we were going to experience a normal pregnancy. Oh, lo and behold, yeah. And walking out, there was something different. There was really just something different, and we felt like, okay, so we're graduating from the high-risk clinic, going to a normal maternity, which is still a high risk because the hospital that I was at, it's for high-risk pregnancies only. But it was like a notch down to what we had gotten used to.
The kind of stories that you hear
at the high-risk clinic,
clinic, they're different from the ones that you
find at the maternity ward. Yeah. Like
a lot of the times you think that you're going through the worst, and then until you listen to someone else and then they say, "Oh no, this is our 9th try and we've lost this many," and then you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. We're going through something, but these people have gone through worse. And yeah, so I think that's what made it feel a little bit more of a thing to celebrate when we left there. And for me, I was lucky at that time because I was working on a movie that it was a little bit more flexible for me to move around. I wasn't on set, I was more like pre-lighting. So then my boss was able to let me go every second Wednesday. I would have to take her through. And so
and which was only for a couple of hours, so work-wise it didn't really interfere with his work, because most of the times he would drop me off, and then around the time that I'm about to get in, and then he would quickly come, so it's like an hour out of work, and then which is most usually was his lunchtime.
yeah, because that was a thing, because sometimes you have to go there, and especially when she had moved to the kind of normal clinic, they have more people there, so which meant that I had to drop her off in the morning, go to work, she phones me when maybe there's 5 people in front of her, then I go. And so that was also like an experience for me, and it's something that kind of you like when you were, I think we haven't experienced I would say a normal, maybe our first pregnancy was kind of maybe what was going to be maybe normal, but that one for me made me feel more that I was bonding with my child, even though it was going through to the hospital every second Wednesday, but it was like I'm invested in this process.
You're part of the process.
Because I'm part of the process. So I know other people do other things because it's much more fun, and then we didn't even have time to take pictures, and we did take some at home, but we didn't do a photo shoot. We didn't do like outdoor stuff because she was not allowed to go anywhere other than the hospital.
Yeah, and I think in another video we will share like why that happened, and which kind of changed our lifestyle a little bit. So as much as we wanted to enjoy certain things, but then after you come from the hospital, you've got a new instruction of you can't do this, you need to be careful of that, you need to be careful of that. And at some point in the journey I was actually put on strict bed rest, so all that I could do is get into bed, get out of bed, go to the bathroom and come back. And we will share in another, and we actually even sometimes I think we do have some footage of how that looked like. You so much. See you next time.
Thank you.